PwC's Integrated Reporting Framework. What is the Integrated Reporting Framework? What once began as the Value Reporting Framework back in the 90s has now evolved into the Integrated Reporting Framework. With changing market conditions, stakeholder expectations, reduced confidence and certainty across organizations, decision-making now requires more complete and connected information to underpin reporting. The framework identifies 4 broad yet critical categories of information. It provides a logical structure to present the information needs of a business and the critical links that exist between categories. None of the information in each category is new or unusual. However, the real insight and value comes from understanding the points of intersection. Let's take a look at the 4 foundations of the framework. Firstly, the external drivers. They relate to management's capability to understand and explain market drivers and how it is fundamental to effective decision-making and reporting. Also, investors want to hear the views of management, as this can provide the context to understanding strategic decision-making. Next, we have strategy. A clear strategy is fundamental to business success and should underpin the communication of the quality and sustainability of corporate performance. Communication of corporate strategy should be accompanied by explanation of the risks assumed and how they will be mitigated. Moving on to resources and relationships. The relative importance of resources and relationships will vary depending on changing market dynamics and strategies. This information should go beyond qualitative statements to a clear set of KPIs, financial and non-financial, that help management monitor and report progress. Lastly, we have performance. Currently, outputs are dominated by financial performance. Whilst financial performance will remain critical, changing societal expectations will mean that business success will require a more balanced assessment of corporate contribution. Why should organizations utilize the framework? Because it allows for better understanding of business opportunities and risks, improvements in decision-making, and a more collaborative thinking about targets and goals by the board and strategy departments. It also allows for greater transparency. The shift from current reporting to integrated reporting has many aspects which can be overwhelming at first. Companies will need for data to be readily available, systems in place, and clear strategic objectives outlined in order to make it a success. Some key questions should be answered. How resilient is the business model? To what extent has the organization achieved its strategic objectives? And what are its outcomes in terms of the effects on capital? What challenges will the organization likely encounter? And what are the effects for its business model and future performance? PwC has designed a roadmap on how to best guide an organization's journey to integrated reporting, which focuses on analyzing material issues for your business based on investor and other stakeholders' input, understanding how the organization creates value for all its major stakeholders, and evaluating the impact of strategy and operations on the value creation story. PwC has also developed a 5-stage implementation approach. We will look at this in the context of a practical example for the company Randstad. Randstad is a Dutch-listed company and is the world's 2nd largest HR service provider. Let's take a look at some facts and figures. The company's culture is promoted through its 5 core values. Let's look at how Randstad could use the framework. Stage 1 is identifying the external stakeholders. As Randstad is a listed company, it has global shareholders and is closely followed by analysts. In many markets, company representatives hold positions on boards of the local association or are lobbying deregulation of labor laws. Stage 2, determining shareholder value. Randstad determines its value to its clients, employees, shareholders, and society through both financial and non-financial KPIs. Stage 3, aligning internal processes. Randstad has focused on both its tech and operational excellence, as well outlining a strategic roadmap that aims at capturing further profitable growth opportunities, acceleration of digital strategy, and sound financial performance. Stage 4, developing dashboards. Randstad has identified 6 pillars for driving value for clients, employees, and candidates. Integrated reporting. With a dedicated investor relations team and a qualified board leading, Randstad is in the optimal position to address all questions regarding its strategic priorities and financial performance. Randstad has successfully utilized PwC's integrated reporting framework. Now it's time for you to roll out integrated reporting in your organization.